The icy water slammed into the bell. It hurled us around like we were dead fish. The shark's nose was inside the bell, its mouth open, its teeth glittered, and then a huge black shape covered it. A moment the shark was there, the next a huge black blanket fell over it, completely swamping it. Then I realized it wasn't a blanket. It was some kind of massive black sea creature with a broad head, with dangerous looking eyes set on either side of it, and vast triangular fins. Fins that defied my imagination. Fins that were more than 7 meters wide. As the enormous black creature swam, its mouth remained open, filtering the water for specks of food. Meanwhile, the shark was entirely lost to sight beneath it. "What is that thing?" I gasped as the water swelled in the bell. Sean's voice was a strangled, droning sound. It it looks like a manta ray. His eyes filled with awe and terror. "The biggest manta ray in the world." Tashwin yelped through a mouthful of bubbles. "Do they eat people?" "No," Sean gasped, "but I think they eat sharks." The massive manta ray had wrapped itself around the shark and was dragging it sideways out of the bell. The bell was filling fast. How were we going to breathe? The shark was thrashing around in the water, but the manta ray held it tight. Its gigantic fins tightened their grip, cutting off the shark's air supply. Slowly crushing its body, bubbles began to froth and foam as the shark struggled to stay alive. Seconds later, its struggle ended. The shark's crushed, lifeless body floated off into the dim underwater depths. Large fish closed in and began to tear it apart. My stomach churned. Would that be my fate? The manta ray turned its attention to us. We were fighting to breathe as the last bit of air escaped from the bell. "It's come to kill us," yelled Sean, pushing away the manta ray's fin as it tried to wrap itself around him and pluck him from the bell. "Help! Help!" Tashwin was hollering as he spat out mouthful of salt water. But another voice, a louder voice, a man's voice, angry and impatient, shouted for them to quiet. "The manta has saved ye," it said. "Some way to thank it." And then, emerging from behind the manta was the strangest man we'd ever seen.